Hello friends. Today I want to talk about the Trek Procaliber 9.7 bike. The Procaliber 9.7 makes a very strong case to be the best value hardtail mountain bike currently available. Trek used the same OCLV carbon for the frame that you'll find on its newest full suspension rocket ship, the Procaliber. That super light frame rolls on tubeless ready carbon Bontrager Covey Elite 23 wheels, an anomaly in this price range. The RockShox Reba RL fork isn't top tier, but with the damper properly adjusted, it's both smooth and supple for small bump compliance while maintaining decent support for bigger hits. The trade-off for a killer carbon frame and carbon wheels on a sub-4K bike is the drivetrain. The SRAM NX Eagle is reliable but doesn't offer the crisp shifting of higher-tier component groups like Shimano XT or X01 Eagle. It's also notably heavier than those groupsets, with most of that weight in the cassette and crankset. The IsoSpeed decoupler, unique to Trek, is an interesting feature. It adds vertical compliance by creating a hinge of sorts between the seat tube and the top tube, allowing the former to move independently of the latter. The IsoSpeed adds so much compliance you can actually see the seat tube moving under you if you bounce on the saddle. To be fair, some of that flex comes from the carbon seat post, which further adds to the vertical compliance. Together they make a bike that's surprisingly comfortable for long, hard hours of trail riding. A 69.5-degree head angle is as steep as you'll find on an XC bike, half a degree steeper than the already aggressive Cannondale FC and a full degree steeper than Specialized's Epic Hardtail. A slack 72-degree seat angle also runs against the grain, especially next to the aggressive 74 degrees of the Specialized. However, it would be foolish to pass this bike over because it doesn't conform to a trend. The slack seat angle was apparent before I even looked at the geometry because I had to slide my saddle farther forward than I'm accustomed to, as was the short reach, amplified by the narrow 720mm handlebar. The guard under the down tube is a welcome touch, protecting the frame from rock and log strikes. After a few hours, I was comfortable on the bike, accustomed to the sharp steering that required a light touch, and riding as hard and fast around my test track as I've done on any other bike. The RockShox Reba RL fork has a handlebar-mounted remote lockout. Shimano MT500 hydraulic disc brakes offer great modulation and control. Tubeless ready carbon wheels are a rare find at this price. It's hard to find a fault with this bike. It's shockingly light. My XL test sample weighed in at only 21.6 pounds. Considering the Epic Hardtail Pro tipped the scales at 21.3 pounds, benefiting from lighter SRAM X01 groupset, carbon cranks, and a carbon handlebar, you'll see it's very easy to drop major weight off the Trek if you're a weight weenie. Of course, the NX Eagle drivetrain doesn't shift as smoothly as SRAM's higher-level groupsets, but it's a fair trade-off for the top-flight frame and carbon hoops. This bike is everything you could ask for from a cross-country hardtail: light, fast, responsive, and compliant. At $3,780, it's not cheap, but it offers incredible value.